What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to Between Villains Live. I'm your host, Fleet of Villain. Got some more news and action for you guys. Hit that like and subscribe button. Turn on post notifications on so you know when we go live. Let's get into it. First off, I want to say happy holidays. I hope everybody's enjoying their holiday season and shit like that. Spend it with your family, make some memories, do the shit that's important. With the holidays, we have presents, New Year's resolutions, and then we have the Game Awards. Obviously, my favorite out of the three is the Game Awards, and that's what we're here to talk about today. Founded by Jeff Keighley back in 2014, the Game Awards has become the definitive award ceremony for the industry. The one-night event also doubles as a showcase for upcoming games, consoles, TV shows, and even movies. So what we're going to do is rank my 5 favorite announcements from the Game Awards. Keep in mind, this is my personal list. You may or may not agree with it, but either way, my 5 favorite announcements from the Game Awards, and I'm going to put them in order and shit like that, starting with number 5. So please make sure you hit that like button. Turn the notifications on, man. You'll see us pop up in your feed and shit like that. Let's get into my list. Number 5 on my list has to be Cloud Rosefield from Final Fantasy 16, I believe, joining Tekken 8. I think it was a dope announcement. Cloud not being a Tekken character originally basically opens the door now for more DLC like Tekken 7 had. Man, Tekken 7 had Negan, Noctis, I believe, Geese Howard from Fatal Fury, and a couple others that I can't really remember. Point in case, Cloud Rosefield not being a Tekken character could definitely indicate that the next Tekken pack may be guest characters. I know a lot of people have been asking for Baki Hanma for a long time in Tekken, and I think now would be the perfect time. So this DLC really made me hype for like what it could mean for the future of Tekken 8. I could imagine just Baki kind of functioning in that Tekken 8 engine. It would just be dope visually. I think he fits right in with the Tekken characters and that aesthetic. Add some great Baki music. I think we have a classic DLC on our hands, guys. So definitely number 5 on my list for a reason. I don't really have too much experience with Final Fantasy 16. I don't have a PlayStation, so we didn't get to play that one, but Cloud does look like an interesting protagonist. I definitely like him more than I like Noctis, and I actually played that Final Fantasy, so that's telling a lot. Let me find out when he drops. I'm looking online, guys. I'm looking online. I know the internet is crazy. He's actually available right now. He dropped on December 16th. At the time of this recording, I'm doing this on December 17th. So if you have that DLC and you have Tekken, you can kind of jump in right now, fuck around with Cloud. If you do have the DLC, please let me know in the comment section how he plays. I haven't really looked at any in-depth gameplay outside of the trailer and shit. His map looks fucking dope. I think they have some Final Fantasy summons fighting in the background and shit. I'll be sure to put some gameplay. Overall, this talking, of course. Y'all don't want to just see me talk. I know I'm handsome and shit, but
All of the men in this room are bound by blood. This is a family. And in this family, we follow a code of honor.
Alright, villain. So next on my list, at number 4, is Mafia: The Old Country. Apparently, the new game is set in the 1900s in Sicily during the inception of organized crime. The last game came out in 2016, so I know the fans was hyped about this one. I believe it drops summer 2025, so we have like a solid release date. Now, as far as my experience goes with the franchise, I only played the first game that dropped for the PS2 back in 2002, and this seems like it's going to be closer to that game than it is to the newer ones. You have like these old school cars, horses and shit like that, and looks like it's going to be real gritty, guys. So definitely hype for this one, and it's the reason why it's number 4 on my list.
These words. I swear my loyalty to this family. My flesh must burn like this saint. If I do not keep my oath.
Alright, villain. So coming in at number 3 on my top 5 list is Onimusha: Way of the Sword. This game is a lot similar to Mafia in that it's the first one in 20 years. It's a Capcom game, so you already know I'm on board for that. Me and my dad originally played the first 3 back in the day, had that in the crib, so I was real familiar with this franchise. I remember it being a lot similar to Resident Evil in gameplay. Had similar movement with the tank controls, moving back and forth side to side, and also had the survival horror elements, trying to survive demon fights, fucking collect souls, and it was a very unique game at the time. I don't remember anything like it up until like Devil May Cry, Dark Souls later on. Onimusha was definitely dope, and to see it return at the Game Awards had me losing my fucking shit. Right now, it's set to release in 2026. We still don't know if it's going to be a survival horror game or if it's going to take the Dark Souls route and be a Souls-like. I personally think it should go for the latter. I love Souls games, and I think Onimusha kind of set that aesthetic up as far as gaming goes. We didn't really have too much shit dealing with like demons and sword fights and shit, so I think it's only right that Onimusha gets a Souls-like treatment, and I'm excited to see what comes with the new game. So moving on to number 2 on my list villains is Elden Ring Night Rain. Now, this game gave me like 2 separate heart attacks when it got announced during the Game Awards. At first, I thought it was Sekiro, then I thought it was a new Dark Souls game, and then I peeped it was a new Elden Ring game, and this shit is about to be insane, y'all. It's a roguelike game, has 8 different classes. I believe it has 3 days with a randomized boss at the end of each. While the game is set in Limgrave, which is the original location from Elden Ring, it will be a randomized version of it, so every time you load up into a game, it'll be different enemy placements, different shit going on, and it just sounds overall like a very, very, very fucking fun time. There's gonna be a battle royale size ring that shrinks over time that you and your friends have to avoid, so you do have to like move into the middle of the map as time goes on, like a regular battle royale. This game was worked on by a smaller team in From Software, so it should be just as good as the prior game. It's currently set for a 2025 release on P4, P5, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series, and I'm pretty sure Steam and the like. So not too long till we get to play Night Rain, and I think this shit is gonna be awesome.
Tragedy must be averted. And for that, I need your help.
Stand tall. The night is far from over. Little pillager, bent on sacking the lands of gold. I will swat away any and all who dare approach.
Band together and prepare to claim. The life of the Night Lord.
We are finally at my number 1 pick for my favorite announcement at the 2024 Game Awards. Yo, bro, never in my life, never in my wildest dreams could I have ever thought about some shit like this being true. If you would have told me 2 years ago that Pac-Man would be getting a Metroidvania game with a dark sci-fi fantasy twist and reimagining of the story, I probably would have punched you in your face out of excitement. If you guys don't know, Pac-Man is my favorite video game character of all time across any media. Yes, Mario, Crash Bandicoot, Spyro included. Pac-Man is my favorite video game character. I have a bunch of merch in the crib. Pac-Man, I don't know what it is. I was just always like infatuated with the character. Pac-Man World is one of my favorite games from the Nintendo GameCube era, and Pac-Mania, Pac-Attack, Pac-Man Arrangement. It was just a bunch of Pac-Man games that I was a big fan of back in the day. I always really enjoyed the simplicity of the games and how fun they were, and yeah, man, this is like right up my alley. The dark sci-fi fantasy Pac-Man game, but then it's a Metroidvania game on top of that. If you don't know, Castlevania Symphony of the Night is on my top 5 game list of all time. I'm a big Metroidvania fan. If you're a fan of Between Villains, you've definitely seen me stream a couple of those games on Twitch, on YouTube, and just to see Pac-Man getting a Metroidvania game, dark sci-fi fantasy setting, retelling of the story, I feel like this was a game that was tailor-made for me, and I definitely need whatever special edition, collector's edition comes out for this. By far, my favorite announcement from the Game Awards. I'm excited to see how the lore gets retold and exactly what elements they bring into the fucking story, but I can't wait, guys. This is probably my most anticipated game of next year. I'll see you guys there.